Good evening, Randomizer fans, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Cross Zelda 1 Randomizer Tournament. My name's Lord Fizzlebeef. Joined with me in the booth today is Falconic. How's it going, Falconic?
Oh, hello. Figured I'd dust off the mic and join back in the booth and see if I can watch some of the flags that were created live.
Mm-hmm. We have two great tastes that taste great together. Final Fantasy 1 and Zelda 1 here now in a tournament together for the first time. Of note, we do have a functioning AP log in the middle. However, the delay is being a bit of a stickler. Unsure if I'm going to let it ride like that, but we will find out. I'm actually going to tinker with it a bit in the background to see if I can get it to straighten up and fly right. But we have... What do we got? So tell us what we got over on the Z1R side.
Z1R side, we've got pretty standard flags. If you're familiar with the Zelda 1 randomizer, that's basically what I would assume is going to be close to their beginner boot camp. You're going to see standard shapes for some of the dungeons. What you are going to see is that enemy drops are going to be pretty standard. You're going to see hearts and bombs and rupees. However, entering into item rooms with a staircase or room drops, those are going to be coins. And when picked up, the coins are going to be an AP item that's going to send out, more than likely, an item over to their FFR partner. And some of the things to go over to cover is that all 8 Triforce pieces for Zelda 1 are located in the Final Fantasy randomizer, so their partner will need to find every bit of them before they're able to make their way into level 9 and face Ganon. Final Fantasy, for those not familiar, pretty much everything's an AP check. Every chest in the game, every NPC they talk to that has a normal key item, it's going to give them a check, so it should be interesting. It should be fun. We are looking at yet another all-thief party. This game sure does love giving us all thieves. But they most resemble Link, so, it's thematic, I think. So we'll get some of these technical bugs here out of the way here shortly.
Yep, I'm going to try one more thing as we are getting ready to get started here. And we're off.
We are off. It's like Winfox making the very popular move of going straight to Matoya because we have shuffled or randomized chest locations, which means places like Matoya get just dumped with chests. And that red text is way too small for me to see, so I'm just going to keep saying, hey, look, they found an AP item. We'll call it out as we see it. Good luck to our tracker. That's going to be fun to try to pick up, but I'll see if I can't call it out here a little bit. For the Z1 side, we did not get our weapon in the starting cave, so we are on a trek. We are guaranteed to get some sort of weapon other than the Master Sword. That will be located in the Final Fantasy side of the house. So it looks like we are off to potentially, I would imagine, the map check? The letter cave is what it's called, I believe. Got a dive into the Dwarf Cave for Winfox. We're doing some shopping over on Jay Scheidel's side.
Alright, I got good news, bad news. I think I fixed it, and we'll find out in 10 minutes.
Hey, we'll take it. Still no bombs, no weapons, no nothing, but we're closing in on maybe, drum roll please, some sort of weapon, and boy do I hope it's a candle.
Of all the practices I've done so far, Candle Start I think has been the rarest. But that's really good because nobody wants Candle Start.
I do. I definitely do. I'm seeing a lot of keys already for Sunflash 5 without having entered a dungeon yet. So if they did get their weapon soon, they can go into level 1 and 5 would just about get it done. We've got a Quake Sword and a Lock Sword over for Winfox as well. And Vicky gives an AP item. Ice 2 sword as well. That's kind of fun. So part of the flags here that we kind of created and crafted together here was that, of course, you got the all same party members, but to make up for some of the early game weaknesses of some of these party members, every single item in the game casts some sort of spell. A curated list.
So, right now, there is a lot of early game kind of not patrol, that's the wrong word, but there is a lot of searching out of the initial locations to see what exactly we want. And over in Zeldaville, we definitely want something that we can use to defeat enemies. There's a long list, but we need it. And it's going to be, well, not at Leather Cave, but I see Sunflash heading for Armos Knights, so we'll see if the game's got jokes today.
So it's going to be within one of 3 locations, correct?
Yes.
It's going to be Starting Cave, Letter Cave, or Armor. So we know we're going to get something soon when we get back to the location, because Sunflash just took a death, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's some enemies up over there that do not play around, and I'm hoping we get something. Of the possible options, there is Wooden Sword, White Sword, Magical Rod, I think only Red Candle. I don't think it gives you Blue Candle as a starting weapon.
I don't believe so. I think it's red only.
And notably not the Magical Sword, which is trapped in FFR somewhere.
It sure is.
And speaking of being trapped in places, I see Jay Scheidel over in Marsh Cave.
How do you feel about Marsh Cave?
So here's the thing. It's not my primary choice of entrance unless I have, like, nothing. If I have nothing, let's go to Marsh. What could possibly go wrong? And I had a little bit of a gander at our starting caster items, and you know, I feel like we have nothing. So
you got an Ice 2 sword. You got Volcanoes in play with save game on game over. Maybe it doesn't hurt to try to at least check the armory floor.
Single Ice Sword makes that an unsafe proposition, I think.
I see you're unsafe, and I raise you Marsh Cave enemy diversity.
Now, that's just rando gonna rando.
One thing, before I forget to point it out, one thing that I have not seen much of, that I anticipated seeing quite a bit of, is that the Z1 players, so far in week 1, have not been utilizing the screen wrap as much as I thought they would, which would make like checking the Armos item a lot easier than having to go all the way around the Lost Woods.
Yes. And we see Master and you can have a small key. 12 hearts.
It's a very special key.
12 hearts for one itty-bitty key.
Very, very special key. Already up to 7 keys, though. Hey, fun fact. If you reach 9 keys and your partner keeps sending you small keys, they just go to waste.
With many of the wonderful Z1R experts we have, the hope is that they will rifle through dungeons fast enough that keys will not build up.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's the hope. I always just like seeing the magical key right off the bat, but
looks
and like our weapon.
We have our weapon. It's the red candle. Ooh, baby.
You love to see it. I love to see it.
I think this is the first time I'm seeing it.
Well, good. Good. We've got 8 bombs. We've got 7 keys. We've got a weapon now. It looks like we are making our way to Burn Row. I was thinking maybe straight to level 1 and start digging out. I think with dungeons, obviously, all the rooms have, not all the rooms, but most of the rooms have drop items. That's where you can really start to help your partner out. But it looks like we're going to go around and pick up some Take Any caves. Maybe check a shop too, because shops also have items. I did see that in the Blue Ring shop, we have 2 $5 coins priced at the low price of max $2.55.
Now, we joke about them, but I think one of the underrated strategies of this is the Zelda player amasses as many hit points as possible to point the FFR player in the direction of one of their 1,000 checks they probably have available. So, I mean, we joke about it, but if I somehow happened upon a windfall, I would be looking at buying some $5 coins just to get some more hints.
It's on the table. I guess it really depends on how high the money caves roll for the high price. I see Marsh Cave is going to marsh. We're running into lit enemies that are starting to wipe some of the thieves out for J Shadow. What are the levels for these thieves? Because the main benefit of an all-thief party is the lockpicking at level 13, which is not hard to get.
They do what now?
Yeah. Don't need a magical key, and he's showing it off already. So his thieves were not even 10 minutes in, can already open up locked doors.
That's pretty impressive. So, closing in on 8:30 into the seed, what goal would you feel like you really want to accomplish by the 10-minute mark?
For Zelda,
I think for the team.
I would have. I mean that's it's hard to say. I think by now I would at least want to have hinted for on the Zelda side of things. I would have wanted to hint for at least a Triforce piece or two. Just having an idea of where the FFR player can be headed. If it's in, say, Volcano, that kind of tells me where I want to go as the FFR player.
Right. Yes, big hearts to our poor tracker, Sensikaru in chat, who I have stitched up a bit, but we will persevere. If we catch any of the menu screens for FFR, we will definitely help clue in, I think. Of the items that exist, I think, for helping out Z1R, what's the one you like hinting first?
I mean, I like having a bow. Bow and arrows early is pretty nice. There's going to be some enemies along the way that require the bow that you might want.
I'm a big fan of early step ladder because it kind of helps negate some of the things you would want, like screen wrapping for.
Yeah, and it can, if you know how to do the ladder glitch through some of the tiles of water in dungeons, that's also kind of nice. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely take a step ladder for sure.
And then over on the FFR side, it's kind of, just a buffet of options, but if you had to hint for something first, like, it's just Poverty Seed no matter where you turn. What are you looking for first?
Well, you start with the airship, so that's the big key item already taken care of.
Yeah.
Typically, the answer would be canoe, but in these flags, I think that only gets you really 1, maybe 2 checks.
It gets you a couple locations, because Sarda usually has stuff. Like, it's weird how much you can fit in Sarda's cave.
he does hoard quite a bit. If I'm Final Fantasy side, I mean, you could say weapon or armor, but it's really a crapshoot as to what you're going to get. And then again, when you get it, what spell is it going to be?
Right.
Key items are always nice. If you want to give me Chime so I can do an early dip into Mirage, I mean, I wouldn't hate that.
Not that it helps, but spotted over on the right-hand side for Katanas and Hearts, I did spot that Windfox has a key, funnily enough. And now our client should be roughly caught up. There we go. That is, I'm going to call that a great success. Here at the 11-minute mark, we have tracking, ladies and gentlemen.
You did it. And I'm probably butchering the name, but Sensikaru is probably very happy to have something to do now. Okay, an early dip into Earth Cave before Volcano. How do you feel about Jay Scheidele's decision here?
We either have the rod or we've hinted for the rod and know it's here, I feel like is what's going on. An early Triforce Fragment pick, though, is a little interesting.
I like it. What I don't like is it seems that we've rolled second quest as far as the FFR flags, and this is a Proc Gen Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's everybody's favorite flag from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things you have to get used to, because every rule you think it has, it doesn't. Right? Like, you think that it's going to match the native number of rooms per floor, it doesn't.
Mhm.
You think that, like, Vampire is going to be at the end of whatever third floor it's on. It's not. Like...
I have found that Proc Gen Earth is a lot like the USB plug-in of gaming.
Yeah, you try the top, and you try the bottom, and then you go back to the top, and that's where the stairs are.
Yeah, the stairs were there the entire time. You should have just got them on the first try, and you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, level 2. Let's see what we have going on here. Oh, is this a Bahamut check as well? Do we have tail already?
We might not have tail, but Bahamut's cavern is rather spacious. Yeah, this was a check for easy items, I think.
I don't hate it.
Probably uncertain about willingness to go somewhere else, or we hinted something and it's in Acardia, and we don't want to go to all the terrible ones over in Swampville.
Yeah, but the ones in Swamp are grouped up together.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's a kind of a forced version of double dipping, but I think we've already seen a race so far that had the tail in Bahamut's cave, so it's not impossible.
That's the true that's the true kind of lazy Bahamut, is when out of all the checks out of 2 games, it still finds its way there.
Oh, Jay Scheidel takes a wipe on the exact same screen, trying to get to that Armos item and just can't. That's rough. And this is where having that screen scrolling capability would come in pretty handy.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a boomerang. We can stun some people.
We also found a wooden sword over on Katanas and Heart's side. That's, look, it was better than what we had.
Okay, so, I mean, Sunflash, I'm sure this feels bad having to do it, but he has to continue to make his way around and try to find out what that Armos item is, because right now he's got nothing.
Right.
Jay Scheidel could help him out by magically finding a magic sword, but what are the chances?
Right.
Oh, now we have a blue boomerang, and as I say it, he just found it. So Sunflash wipes the sweat off his brow and says, "Thank God I don't have to go all the way around and check that Armos item anymore," and does a reset and gets rewarded with a Triforce Fragment. So back to back, really, really great items.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Windfox in Marsh as well. Found the Rod. Okay, so Rod was in Marsh. Looks like Marsh top. That explains the Earth Dive. Jay Schedel's just a little bit lost. Not a lot of it, just a little bit.
Yeah, the Proc Gen Earth, just all kinds of weird rooms just show up all over the place.
Well, I mean, you made these flags. Can you explain your decision on that one?
Sure. So the thing about Proc Gen Earth is that everything that everyone likes about the old classic Zelda games is the sense of exploration and adventure, and we felt that was appropriate to bring into this flag set. We bring it in sensible ways, because it's true we have more options than this, but we still want people to play the tournament. So we narrowed it down to horizontal flips in Proc Gen Earth. I see calls in chat. Procgen Earth is evil. It's fine. It's fine. It adds a little flavor, a little spice. It's not vertical flips. It's fine. It's not swap stairs. See, we can negotiate.
Listen, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that there may have been a time during flag creation where we had horizontal and vertical dungeons at the same time. People hated it.
Yes. So we settled on this.
Oh, looks like we have a hint going out for Oxiel over on Hyrule Loot Goblins.
Yep.
And Sunflash not only has the magical sword and the mighty blue boomerang, but we also have the magical rod now as well. So if you swing a bolt at the same time and get out that extra damage on most enemies that aren't Wizroads. Windfox checking key locked here as well. J Shadow's got to be closing in on a dead end. Oh, and another one. Third time's the charm. We find a room, and the room has a chest. At least it's something.
And an encounter tile that looked like an X.
2 encounter tiles. 2 for the price of 1.
Oh, blue candle to go with the red candle.
We've got money over on Chest Jerk side if we want to swing by and pick up our extra bombs here in level 5. I don't think we've done it yet, though, unless I missed it. It feels really bad having to take this entire room with just a wooden sword.
Question chat, do loot goblins have both candles? Yes, I believe they do. I am 99% sure that Sunflash did acquire the red candle at some point.
No. Kept trying to get there and kept dying right below level 6.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
Yeah. And doesn't have stepladder, has not shown that he knows how to do the screen wrapping glitch yet, so until he makes his way back around to Lost Woods and up through the graveyard, I don't think he's going to get that anytime soon. At least until we get a stepladder.
Right.
I did see, though, so on the Final Fantasy side of things, we talked about this earlier, every weapon and every armor casts some spell. Now we're using a curated list, which keeps those to be about the medium range spells, like your level 2s of Fire, Lightning, Heal 2, stuff like that. There are 2 spells guaranteed to be found, and that's Fast and Ruse. But we've also seen that in this seed, Temper has landed, which is a fantastic combination with that Fast whatever we find.
Zapstrats not working terribly well on a very hold-happy Lich. That is... Like it's not going to win, but it is going to make this fight very irritating. Like, hold into slow. Just stop. You're embarrassing both of us.
It only has to land once, as just shown. Looks like Quake also went out, but Quake didn't land, but Zap did. So tell me how that one works. Whatever. Lightning 2-stick against the slimes, infamously weak against fire, but we don't have a fire 2-stick, so you make do with what you got. I think we're getting, unless I have missed it, we're getting our first look into level 3 and the items that can be found there. An X-Cal has been found. I wonder how much that's going to sell for.
Look very nice in some vendor's store.
Opal bracelet, though, that's actually a pretty good early find, especially for a party that can't wear anything other than wooden armor right now. Now I'm really, really curious where that Master Sword came from, because right about now, Chest Jerk, I'm sure, would appreciate that.
I believe that was Earth Cave. That was where J. Shidell was when it was found.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not playing, because Earth is typically the last place I go. Just not a big fan. Don't like Earth. Never Earth.
generally never Earth. It's definitely not high on my priority list. It depends on if I've been hinted there for some reason.
Mm-hmm. I suppose if the seed's going to throw a rod at you that quick, it might change your mind, but... One of the things I really do like about the Z1 AP, I know we talk about how it's kind of got a little bit of a lack of options or flags. When you walk into one of the shops or the take any's, and you pick an item or you buy an item, when you leave and come back in, that item will have shifted up. Just that little visual clue of like, hey, you've already got this. Don't waste your time.
All right, I have Jay Scheidel's items updated from the missing years. I am working on Wind Foxes.
Awesome. So it looks like we are finally diving into the volcano here for Jay Scheidel. We're making our way through the maze of the armory floor, which, you know, when you change the locations of chests, this kind of turns into a bigger maze than it should be.
It is a way harder maze than it has any right to be, because even looking at it on paper, what really isn't communicated by the map is the number of corridors that are 1 tile wide and the number of corridors that are 2 tiles wide.
It's always fun seeing that chest just off to the side that you can't get to, and you know that now you have to go through 3 other corridors to get to it.
But also, very huge shout-outs to our, the one, the only, the master developer, and Troper for coding the new feature, open treasure chest sprites. So now when you open a treasure chest, as you can see, there is now a visual change in the sprite, so you know you've opened it. It has been, I think, a real game changer for the fun ability of this tournament, I think.
I think it's one of those flags that from here on out, if you ever play with relocated chests, it's almost always going to pair with that flag.
Yes.
Hey, good news though. Sunflash just got sent a wooden sword to keep on his belt, I guess, while he swings the Master Sword.
Decoration on his back, yeah. Link always has a sheathed sword on his back, so now he can have one on the back and one on his hand as he just trundles through everything.
So as pickup or Hyrule.
As I've been updating items, I do want to point out that both FFR runners do have the loot. So once we are through all the fiend fights, Topher is good to go, and that is a hint for the step ladder, and a hint for the red ring, and a hint for the recorder. We need things, is what I'm learning.
Yeah, so you asked earlier what item I would want for Z1, and it totally kind of skipped my mind, but recorder has to be up top of the list because it is in logic, because you're able to record yourself all the way around the world to need it to get into level 4.
Yes.
Not to mention just the speed of which you can traverse the world with it.
Yes.
I'm getting a look at the letter shop items. Looks like we got a opal shield for one, and we're gonna get, well, there's silver arrows as well for Z1R for Hyrule Goblins, and some gold. Okay. Roostick has been found. We've got Invis 2s, Quad X's, Heal 2s, Quakes. That's one of the fun things about this, is because everything casts something, you tend to have to manage your gear more than you might want to.
And that is the loot goblins hinting for the cube. They must believe something is in sky, or they must want the, 30-something checks between, no, more than that, 50-something checks between Mirage and Sky.
Yeah, hinting for the cube, that opens up all the sky, which basically means go find Tia and all the 30 chests that she's guarding.
They do tend to float to the top, don't they?
Especially in Sea-Shrine. Kraken, the room right before Kraken is just where it dumps 90% of the chest.
Largest room in the dungeon, you say?
Alright. See what's going on here. Bomb some small keys. I still have not found the any key, but not hurting for keys for either runner at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
15 for the thieves across the board for Jay Shidell, and it looks like we're going to sit here for a bit and just grind an eye.
So that is Katanas and Hearts picking up their cube. Unsure if they knew it was here when they walked through the door. We're doing a little bit of inventory management. Seems like we're overall happy with the weapon selection we have right now. I see a lot of Ice 2s, some Lightning 2s, some Tempers, a couple Invis 2s, a couple Insta-kills. We're moving things around and hoping that something that we just picked up is going to be something we want. Or is it something?
It's a buy or two. Something. What I didn't see was something to swing for everybody. We've only got 2 equipped, but I mean, if you've got free sweepers.
I mean, we're still thieves, so probably waiting for promotion.
This is true. That's another fun thing that you have to kind of juggle and keep track of in the back of your mind is this my katana?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need another Invis 2. I've already got 4 of them. Well, that was your katana. Hey, we found the raft in level 6. My favorite dungeon.
Everyone's favorite dungeon. And our hero Chest Jerk is in there with the wood sword.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. Looks like we're doing a little bit of shopping. We have silver arrows. Okay, we're buying keys. Okay. Don't trust your partner to send you more than 9. I got it. I got it.
It's also a check.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Gotta get those hit points up. Opal bracelet going on for Windfox. Diving into the volcano here as well. Looks like we picked up at least 1 ribbon from the volcano. So Windfox, if they don't have it yet, they will soon. Oh, right there. And it's time to manage inventory again. Rope's not bad. Okay. I'm trying to see if we can get a look at either of the Z1 players' Triforce counts, if we can get a look at their menu screen here soon. I think we've got at least 2 on the left side.
It feels like we've confirmed seeing 2 on the left. Unsure how many we might have seen for the right.
We'll take a look here. In the meantime, we are checking those Cardia Isles that you mentioned in the swamp. Not fun. They're a bit out of the way. However, they are grouped up, so if you're coming here, you're going to knock them all out at once. Ice armor, good if you can manage to hold on to it until you class change. Looks like Sunflash is going to make a quick step into level 3, I believe, for the first time for them. I don't think they've seen level 3 yet. Still rolling with the Zap Sword for Jay Shidell. It's interesting. We've got pro rings being sent out. So yeah, everyone's just kind of doing what they can at the moment. I think Volcano's the next easy play.
Important weapon upgrade. Chest Jerk no longer has to rough it with wood sword, now has white sword.
White sword for the blobs that Chest Jerk just passed. Does that kill them without turning them into the little tiny bits?
Yes, I believe it does.
I believe it does. But these guys will still turn
These
into
guys
bats,
need
correct?
the master sword, or sorry, the magical sword, in order to be one shot.
Oh, that's gross. Getting some hamburgers out of the way here. And where's Shidell going? To Volcano again. Looks like we stepped out and now have made our way back in. Windfox a little bit further in. I don't know if it was a wipe that took J Shidell out or if they just left because they felt like it. Volcano being a little tricky with the horizontally flipped floors. There's an herb going out as well from a level 4 item.
I will say, one of the dungeons that you never want to have anything in this, like, of course 6, because 6 is just horrible to dig through. But weirdly, I find that my partner grinds their teeth a lot if 4 is mentioned. It just seems out of the way, and it's just longer than it feels like it is. It's just one of those.
I could see it.
It's just one of those dungeons.
Personally, I'm not a fan of 7. If I can skip 7 by any means, because it's so much bigger and it requires the bait to get past as well, or the food. And it looks like we are waiting in anticipation of the stepladder. I didn't see if the hint went out for that, but they must know because they're just waiting around for it. That it's about to be coming to them. Or this could be a bathroom break. Who knows? There it is. Well, nope. Step. Okay. So we see it over on J Shidell's side. Picked up the stepladder for Sunflash, which means, yes, it must have been hinted. Chesters will be getting it soon, TM.
And we must have hinted for something in 4 that we are ready and waiting to move towards.
And I think we saw that at the bottom left room because this is flipped. And I think, out of habit, I think most people just by default on this floor, if you're going to be checking for chests, you tend to check starting at the 9 o'clock and making your way around.
Yes, so that you end up at the carry room, yes. Unless it's flipped.
You know, I thought it was flipped, but we're at the lower right and it's not carry, so I guess it wasn't flipped. Maybe I just saw something I thought I saw.
Carry's floor is one of the annoying ones to realize whether or not it's flipped. You have to look at the position of the stairs when you get to the bottom. If the stairs are... So it's a 4x4 square of non-lava tiles. If the stairs are on the right side of it, you're fine. If they're on the left side of it, it's flipped.
Gotcha. I think, and that's as you play with horizontal, not vertical, nobody plays vertical, but as you play with horizontal floors more and more, you tend to pick up those tricks. The one floor that I see people commonly have mistakes, even after 10, 15, 20 practices, is still Temple of Fiends.
Well, there's no visual indicator unless you go into Garland's room, and I ain't got time for that. I got rooms over there. Until I, bonk off the door, and then it's just like, should have checked the rooms. So that is a carry fight over on Windfox's side. Looks like we're going for some defensive strats. I see Ruse, I see Temper, I see Invis 2. And I see another Invis 2. We really don't want melee with carry 1 today.
Yeah, I think we've only got one ribbon, so it's the safe strat. You get all your evasion up, and then you just dump all of your timbers into one person.
Turn 1 melee does make it seem like it was the correct call.
In this case, you just have to hope that you were smart enough to put the ribbon on one of your characters that has a weapon equipped to swing.
But I guess we have our answer on what was in level 4 at the Triforce was the red ring.
Pretty handy. Pretty handy. I'm sure Sunflash could have used that a little bit earlier going for the Armos item.
And we have our first look at a menu over on the Hyrule Loot Goblin side. They are indeed at 2 Triforce Fragments. Whereas over on the other side, they are still at 0.
Well, the Triforces, they do come in bunches.
They do.
Those bunches tend to be deep in sky and in the Sea Shrine, but you just got to get there.
I think there was one practice where, full clearing sky, and I feel like it's super front-loaded on boxes. I'm thinking, yeah, this is great, I'll find them. And I end up not finding them until I see 2 boxes in the big help computer room, and both of them were the Triforce Fragments.
That's how she goes. I always love seeing Carrie get confused, knowing that attacking casts Fire 1, which she's not weak against.
Right.
It's kind of like making your little brother hit himself.
I will say it's definitely a different dynamic when you have improved fire as a flag, because even with the resistance, it starts to get notable after a few turns.
Mm-hmm.
And if the enemies aren't resistant to fire, I'll just watch out. That's peak comedy.
Opno in chat pointing out CJ prioritizing Red Ring is pretty interesting. I think for me, I think a lot of non-Z1 players, that's like the item that I want to see. It just means that I can make a lot more mistakes in battle.
Right.
I wonder if that's how Gesture feels, if it gives that sense of safety, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially if you're on on unfamiliar hardware, then I can see just saying the tricks that I normally pull off are no longer guaranteed. Therefore, let's just take the safety and be done with it.
See, I love it for level 6 alone.
Mm-hmm.
The Soviet era AI that this game has with enemies and their combat routines, give me all the damage I can take, please. And we're getting key items sent while we're down to 2 hearts. That's not fun. That's a Triforce piece though, and did I see a recorder below that? What was that?
That was a recorder and a Triforce piece. Recorder at Wizrobe's drop and Triforce fragment in Earth Cave. Jolly cooperation paying dividends.
And a smart usage of what looks like the last potion. That might have been a red potion that turned blue. I didn't see if that went away or not, but we're back up to full health. We have found one of our katanas. It is a temper katana.
Ooh, that is fun. You can have 4 tempers turn 1, and then 3 tempers and a swing turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
Question in chat, did Windfox not light the fire orb? That is an interesting question. I saw Windfox in the carry fight, and I saw...
Yeah, they would have had to.
I'm pretty sure Windfox made it through the carry fight. We hit max evasion.
Yes, I see the orb lit.
Yes, I see the orb lit. Yep.
Shields, okay, and we are dipping into things. Go ahead.
Question in chat. 4 thieves? What are these flags? So, it is a little bit of imposed rules that we have going on. Because the randomizer doesn't really support forcing 4 of a single class, we just force the first slot and tell everybody, okay, you must make the rest of the party match. The possible options are Fighter, Thief, Black Belt, and Red Mage for this grand crossover flag set. I say options, but the randomizer has jokes, and 90% of the time we'll roll Thief, so you just get 4 thieves.
Yep, a little bit of diversity with it. For instance, the Red Mage is actually a pink mage, so more access to white than black.
Yep.
Black belts have their crit rate cut in half, so you might think you're running around with just an all melee death squad, and they still kind of are, but just much weaker.
Mm-hmm.
Thieves get the lockpicking at level 13, and fighters are fighters. We gave them the least XP gain. They're just going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah. I mean, they're really good at what they do. If
Yeah.
I had a choice, I would take 4 fighters, even with the XP penalty.
Hmm. The game's it's easy mode with them because again, every weapon and item or armor casts some spell, so
Yep.
you now have 4 fighters with magic.
Yeah, especially in an archipelago environment where you're constantly being fed gear out of nowhere. Like, fighters are just so good.
We do see a Vorpal pickup. Unfortunately, we don't have any fighters, and that's the only class that should be swinging a Vorpal ever. And Windfox sends a magical sword over to Chesterk. So now Chesterk is playing with power.
So I guess that's a question for you. Let's say you're in the back quarter of a race. You have you've got your 4 thieves. You're holding a Vorpal. You've not seen sight of a Katana. Do you hint Katana, and how far are you willing to go out of your way to get it?
If I don't need anything else, sure, I'll hint it, and if it's along the way, that's great. But if I'm end game and I'm ready to go, and the Vorpal's the best crit weapon that I've got on thieves, I'll roll with it. But no, otherwise, the Vorpal is and always will be a fighter sword.
I'm kind of the same way. If I have the spare hint points, I'll hint for it. Like, I'm not going to go to Marsh or Ice for it, but if I'm on my way to a dungeon and see it's one of the treasures in there, I might open some boxes looking for it.
Yeah, if you can get your hands on a katana as a thief, it's worth 2 to 3 minutes worth of time investment. It's too much extra damage to be passing up.
Yeah. And as Jack calls out, guaranteed Mazza at the end game in the worst case. Even if there's a war mech in the way, like, you're there because you believe you can take on chaos. Like, war mech should be okay.
Yeah. That's another interesting part about this flag set that at least I like quite a bit, is we rolled a couple tri-states. So you never know what you're going to get. Maybe there's going to be that war mech guarding the Mazza. Maybe there's not. Maybe you're going to get proc gen Earth. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're going to get horizontal dungeons. Who knows?
Yep.
Do we have? I don't think we do a bow on Sunflash.
I don't believe either of our teams has seen the bow.
That makes these enemies just a little bit annoying. Interesting. Well, I guess it's a free potion. If you have a blue potion and you pick up a blue potion, does it turn red?
It does not, unfortunately. You just have more blue potion per blue potion.
Well, then that's a smart move to use the blue potion before picking up a blue potion. Hey, look, Windfox found a dead end. Gotta love proc gen.
the traditional proc gen Earth experience.
There's a hint for Oxyel going out.
Oxyel, I believe, is the last of the items that team needs for FFR Go mode. Same for the Hyrule Loot Goblins, although I could swear we saw a hinted Oxyel earlier. So they might already have the knowledge, just not in their inventory yet.
And we're finally going out of our way to rescue Princess Sarah. We're going to loot Temple Fiends here. I would imagine.
That is an amazing strategic call, bypassing Topher checks it until like 46 minutes in.
Oh, you like that play, huh?
I'm fascinated by it. That's the thing I like about this format, is that every team comes up with just wildly different strategies, and generally are all competitive with each other. Like, there's no there's no meta, is what I'm saying. Like, it's unbelievably difficult to come up with a meta for an archipelago tournament.
Yeah, next to impossible, I would imagine. Quick question for you here, just from what we just saw over from Chess Jerk. You got your rod.
Yep.
there's a book sitting in the corner. You know it's going to get you points towards your next hint check. But are you picking up that book and having to deal with the fire?
Depends on what my other armaments are. If I have light sword or better, yeah, I'll take it. If I don't, whew, I might still take it just for the hint points, but I would think about it for a minute.
I avoid it like the plague. I cannot stand having fire go on. Now, if it was the boomstick from Z1R, oh, all day.
Ooh, confirmation. Spotted Oxiel on the level 8 Triforce. That's why no one's gotten it so far.
But both teams hinted for it, so they knew it was going to be there, and they just, had to go do it.
I feel like there was a call on both teams, a familiar call, one I've made myself many times. Hey, partner, how do you feel about level 8?
Strangely, I don't have any issues with level 8. As long as you have your bow.
It's a lot of difficult combat in there.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but if you can block clip, then heading straight west is not as bad as it may seem. And block clipping, at least for me, is infinitely easier than screen scrolling on the overworld. It's something I can do almost every time, and I, to this day, have never screen scrolled, despite an hour or so of trying.
And over on Chest Jerk side, we have the spam hint for Triforce fragments, trying to find out where the dumb ones are hidden. Unclear how many of those hints resolved. I have to assume N-1, so maybe we got 3 hints out before it kicked back and said, nay, get more checks.
Yeah, Opno pointing out in chat, block clips are much easier if you can buffer them with a weapon, and that's exactly why I'm able to do them, because it's one of the ones you just swing your sword and turn.
I don't know what block clips are. But also, I'm not learning that game, so I feel like I'm okay with that.
It is, as somebody who picked it up within just a few minutes of trying it, it's relatively pretty easy. The overworld, not so much.
How does one pull it off?
So the way I do it, I don't know if there's a better method, but those kind of triangular or diamond shapes around rooms that you see?
Yeah.
So left side, right side, any block really. If you line up Link's hat with like the inner square of that square, because it kind of has like a 2 square, and then just swing and tap left or right at the same time, and Link will kind of do an about face. You just press up and you're right in the block.
Interesting. Okay.
Very, very easy. And then someone in chat's going to say, oh, that's the hard method. You could even do it easier. And I'm going to go, oh, cool. Blue ring goes out, but we have the red ring and we don't care. Sadly, there is no purple ring. Red candle going out. Oh no, he finally picked up his red candle. So he now knows what he died for all those minutes ago. Ordeal's going for Winfox. Jay Scheidel is in my favorite dungeon. I think many players' favorite dungeon, Mirage and Sky. I hear that Sky provides. Have you ever heard that?
I have heard that, and it's usually more true in base FFR than it is in AP. In AP, it's more specifically Tiamat's room provides.
I'm still waiting. I have not seen it myself yet. I'm waiting to see in Sky that one computer room that has one tile for a chest to show up there.
I could swear in some cursed seed I've played at some point, I found a box in there, but I don't know if I'm like Mandela affecting myself on that.
I mean, it theoretically should be possible, just like in Dwarf Cave with that one Hooray Dwarf that has that one pixel that it could also be in there.
Yes. Aha! Chat's got my back. In the past, I've seen chests there. Haha! Confirmation.
It is the Berenstein Bears. I was right the whole time.
Exactly. Oop, that's a Triforce fragment picked up by Windfox in Ordeals.
At some point, and I must have missed it, imagine that, we found the Master Key.
We did. Over
The
on
magical
the
key, I think.
Katanas and Hearts side.
Oh, are we making a dive into level 7? We sure are. This dungeon. Just look at that map. It's so much bigger than most of the other maps. We do have bait though, so we can full clear.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think we have bait. I'm pretty sure we have bait. Level 6 going on for Sunflash, 7 going on for Gesture. We've got our FFR players converging in the Mirage Tower in Sky. Tail has been found, Floating Fortress for Hyrule Loot Goblins.
Very necessary for the thief party, I would say.
Just a little.
I mean, if we're going to use all those katanas we picked up.
Bow has been found as well in Mirage Tower 2nd floor, so now both teams have the bow.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Sunflash has exactly 9 keys. This would be the perfect time for Jay Shidell to troll.
Yes, now is the perfect time for, I heard you like keys.
Chat pointing out my mistake. It is called food in AP.
Sure. I mean, we have literal dozens of names for the ruby that we've in fact put into the randomizer. I'm okay with calling the food bait or meat or I don't know. I don't know what else they got for it.
I mean, why not both?
Sure.
Raft picked up for Hyrule Loot Goblins, finally dipping their way into level 6. Again. I think level 6 for me, and see, this is why. Every enemy in level 6, except for the, whatever the black gels are called, are gross.
Yes. Those are the respite you get from the rest of the dungeon.
Well, to put this in FFR terms, level 6 is basically Marsh Cave? And I hate it. Hey, we got a chest in the large computer room at least.
Hey, top computer. So we are at the 54-minute mark, and as I glance at the tracker, we are in an interesting race right now. We have Oxiel confirmed over on Katanas and Hearts side. That does put the FFR player into go mode. However, the Z1R player on both sides only has 3 Triforce fragments, and I can't even finish that sentence until I spot that Katanas and Hearts takes a 1 Triforce fragment lead, 4-3. As a reminder, the goal is 8 Triforce fragments, so they're only halfway to goal. And all the fragments are over in the FFR side, so they're all crowded together somewhere. My guess is in C at this point.
I think so. I think it's going to be one of those races where Zelda's ready to go, probably sitting right outside level 9 here in just a moment, and we're going to pick up 4 or 5 Triforce pieces in C, likely right in front of Kraken.
Here's a fun hypothetical for you, as our in the booth Z1R expert. Now,
oh god,
you've got everything you need to make it through level 9, and but you hear your teammate say, "I've got a whole dungeon that I need to full clear, looking for like 2 or 3 of your Triforce fragments." If you still have an uncleared dungeon, do you hit that uncleared dungeon in the hope of, say, more heart containers?
Well, rip to Sunflash. The answer is I would communicate with my partner. how much time do you think you need to go
Mhm.
finish that last dungeon? And if you say more than 5 or 6 minutes, then yeah, I'm probably going to go out of my way, and then just have you kind of tell me like, all right, well, tell me when you're about 2 or 3 minutes
Mhm.
from finishing that dungeon, so that I can go ahead and start making my way to 9.
Mhm.
What I don't want to do, if I can help it, is just stand in front of level 9, swinging my sword, just waiting.
Uh-huh.
Hey, look at Tiamat's chest room. Jesus.
It never fails.
Oh. On one of these races, and I'm just desperately hoping that somebody kills Tiamat, sees the 37 chests, and decides to go loot them before stepping on the tile,
Uh-huh.
and Warneck shows up.
Oh, I mean, you gotta have a little danger, right? Like,
Sure. Alright, so level 7 is doing level 7 things. We're still getting keys, even though we have the magical key.
mhm.
And Tiamat is probably not long for the world. I know we've got some Brack sticks. Quad X, I don't think we've done enough damage for Quad X yet.
Did I lose connection? I sure did. Incredible.
Oh.
Powerful work. That's a yikes. No, I haven't,
uh,
because I still see things showing up.
I was going to
Well,
say, is
alright
this
then.
something that's going to pop up in 10 minutes?
No, I think it's just gonna keep going now, question mark? We're gonna find out. Or this is all the troubleshooting 10 minutes ago? No?
We'll find
Ladies,
out.
ladies and gentlemen, I just want to communicate that much of what you see is a labor of love and is held together with hopes and dreams, and the occasional difficulty is merely an expression of the sheer effort that has been spent by all the many programmers capable of bringing this wonderful competition to the screen today. So big hearts to really anybody who has touched either of these randomizers at any point. Without their tireless off the clock work and dedication, none of this would be possible.
Well said. Hey, look, now we're trolling. Small key, small key, small key, small key. It was like half of Tiamat's room just then was nothing but small keys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, chest jerk. What are we sitting around for? Are we out of dungeons to go check? Nope. Probably just had to step away for a second. So what is next for Jay Scheidel? We've got everything, I think all orbs lit up.
Mm-hmm.
We just killed Tiamat, so that's air. Oh, we still have to do C. We haven't seen C yet at all. I'm going to take a quick check and see what's in the Titan's Trove. We're sending out small keys.
It just never stops being funny. That's why I had to put a pile of keys on my team flag. It's just never not funny.
And we've got Windfox as well taking on Tiamat fight. So if you look at it, both FFR players are basically neck and neck. Shaidel's got a little bit of a lead, but I think Windfox has already done ordeals, so call it even, really.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit of a lead for Windfox, actually.
No, it really is the race for Triforce fragments at this point, and Jay Scheidel is going to go get one that we know the location of. And I know Chest Jerk is circling shops. Even went to the medicine shop. Drank a red potion and then a blue potion just to use the letter, just to find 3 more things to buy in pursuit of possibly more checks. So I think we're feeling the heat a little bit, trying to figure out where that last fragment, or fragments plural, are. Seems like we either skipped some things, or we're just hoping against hope that everything really is in C, and we didn't accidentally skip something up to this point.
Yeah, I think with just how dense chests are in C, it's got to be there. We've already seen every key lock so far. I mean, we saw Scheidel check even the Marsh key lock early in the game just because of level 13. So, I mean, it's got to be C. Yes, they hinted for it. Yes, they know about it. To me, that's like I don't mind hinting for Triforce Fragments. If you're going to hint for something, it's obviously a great one to do. But I think with enough practice, you do kind of see that these flags love to put at least 2 or 3 in C or Sky. It's a mixture of the two. So
Yeah.
we are blowing the recorder for chest jerk. Looks like, yep, knows the. I don't know if it's a trick, but the way that the recorder works, so you can blow it multiple times to
Hmm.
travel to different dungeons at once, or skip over dungeons. I mean,
So we headed. Oh, we're gonna go get the master key, not to be
it's
confused
class
with the
change time.
magical key. Yeah.
You
Let's
know,
go.
like you said, it adds to hit points, but it is funny seeing someone go out of their way with the the magical key to pick up a master key. Uh, we are about to see our first ninja sighting.
Hooray!
Hey, look, we're in pajamas, Mama.
Level 20, and we've got 1 Temper Katana, 2 Temper Katanas?
It sure looks like those
Or 2,
are, yeah.
4? We've got a full battery of weapons here. This doesn't seem too bad.
So we've got both katanas, we've got the Vorpal, and then we are guaranteed the Mazza in Topher.
And now I think we're just looking for 4 Triforce fragments in C. Is I think what the math comes out to.
So here's my question.
Uh-huh.
If you're playing this and
Yeah.
you and your partner have all but determined that C has your Triforces, are you going straight to Kraken because of how large that room is? Or do you dip right?
Here's the thing, I almost don't believe there are 4 Triforce fragments in here, so I am definitely doing the double clear. If nothing else, partner is going to be likely waiting on me anyway to get through Chaos and Topher. Getting them into 9 immediately is not the highest of priorities, especially if I'm satisfied that they have everything they need to get through it. So I would do the clear this way because I feel like it's slightly faster for the FFR player.
Well, we did find 1 Triforce on the right side, so it was a good play.
That's 1. 1 down, 3 to go. I swear there better not be 4 Triforce fragments in here.
I hope that there are, and that they're all on the right side. Chest Jerk, I guess, is balancing his checkbook to see if he can afford to spend 100 coins here. I'm not quite sure why we're just...
It's an important calculation to make, because you never want to purchase something that you're not ready for, right? 100 rupees is a lot. The world limits you to having 255. And yeah, no, it's out of our budget. We have to leave it there.
That's unfortunate. You know, back in 1990, 25 rupees is the equivalent of 125 rupees today. It's inflation being what it is. It's unfortunate. We are taking a lot of damage over here on Sunflash's side, and I think out of frustration, the bombs have come out.
Yeah. Oh, we got a heart. Okay, this is salvageable. We can fix this.
Does Sunflash know that you cannot be facing them when you drop the bomb?
I mean, I didn't know that, so...
Yeah, if you're facing the direction that when you plant the bomb, it's the direction you're facing when you plant the bomb. If they're facing towards the bomb, it'll show damage indicator, it'll blink, but it does no damage.
That's why it takes like 1 million of those hits to do it. Okay.
Correct, because it doesn't register. You can get them from the side, or you can plant it and then run alongside with them, having them chase you.
Mhm.
That would work as well.
Well, today I learned, and we're in this room, and iframes take us home.
A little trip to the mermaids here. I don't see anything in the window saying that we found a Triforce fragment here.
Saw heart containers, which is nice, but not exactly what we want. Oh, there's one.
There was another Triforce fragment.
Okay, that's 2 in C. He said, getting nervous.
Interesting. So there's something that I hadn't caught yet. If you look at where it says that was found, it says Sharknado floor. But no, because of relocate chest, that's mermaid floor you found it on.
Right.
But it said Sharknado floor, so if you would have hinted for that,
yes,
that would have sent you left, and that would have been wrong.
That is part of the difficulty with relocate boxes, is that hints are more now guidelines than direct lines to items. Which is fine. There's a lot of limitations on where the boxes can go. Anything that's in a Fiend dungeon is still locked to inside that Fiend dungeon. Marsh is locked to Marsh, Ice is locked to Ice. After that, it gets a little complicated.
Yeah, the castles at least stay with the castles, but it's the caves that start to get a little wonky.
Yeah, it's, Ordeals is still Ordeals. The rest of the castles are intermixed with each other, and then it feels like it's just and everything else after that. we made this grab bag. That's why suddenly Sarda and Matoya seem filthy rich.
So far, we've seen, I believe, 2 Triforces in C on the right side, and we all know the left side is the juicy side, so I'm thinking we're going to get the other 2 that Chest Jerk's waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a little bit of inventory management. Well, we're buying iron armor for our ninjas.
Comment in chat, hello, don't really understand what I see. Is it a archipelago double rando? Yes, it is. For those new to the stream, to give a quick rundown on what is happening before you, we have two people playing 2 different randomizers. Jay Scheidel is playing the Final Fantasy I randomizer exclusively. Sunflash Rune is playing the Z1R randomizer exclusively. Same for Windfox and Chest Jerk. Now, what Archipelago does is it takes all of the items from both of those games and mixes them amongst each other. So now items from FFR are in Z1R and vice versa. And both of these teams have identically randomized seeds, so they have the same stuff in the same locations that they're both working to find together. We have a few other stipulations after that to try and put a little balance on the 2 sides so that they finish at roughly the same time, because it would not be fun to just, sit there waiting for 45 minutes for your partner to play the game and have fun. And yeah, first team to have both of their players beat their respective final bosses wins.
You couldn't have said it better myself. Only other thing that could be helpful to point out is that, as you mentioned, the teammates are working together. It's the left side versus the right side. Essentially, it's Jay Shadow and Sunflash Rune versus Windfox and Chest Jerk. So if you're trying to see which team is where and who's doing what, that's kind of how you break that down. But trackers are in the middle. You can see all the key items they've obtained and what they're missing still. And just to catch you up, Chest Jerk, just look at the screen. He's got the magical swords, got 16 hearts, is just waiting in front of level 9 for the last remaining Triforce pieces that are only found in these flags in the FFR game. So his partner has to find them.
Oh boy. Hey, I got bad news.
What's up?
Hey, remember that time like 10 minutes ago where it said that things had disconnected but we were still getting data?
Sure.
What if I told you that they did in fact disconnect?
At this point, we've got the items that we need, right? So
that's true. We understand that there are 3 of the 4 Triforce pieces so far located in Sea Shrine.
We're about to find the next one.
Essentially what's going on is Hyrule loot goblins need to get the Oxyale out of the level 8 Triforce. And then Jay Scheidel can go to C and get the last 4 Triforce fragments, and they should be good to go at that point, I believe. Meanwhile, over on the Katanas and Hearts side, Windfox is in that dungeon. Windfox is everything they need, but we're waiting for, and I think we just got our last Triforce fragment because that is a chest jerk. Suspiciously closing in on the door, goes inside. Old man says, so he's going to have to turn around.
I think what's actually happening here, just to, because I think I caught it behind Kraken, there's 3 or 4 chests, and I think that they know that it's going to be there, so he's just getting ready.
Okay.
He will have to leave this room, though, because if he picks up the 8th Triforce piece, that old man will not go away.
Nope. He's still going to stand there going, have you counted to 8 yet? And you can hold up Doritos all day long, but he's just going to stare at you, just dead-eyed inside.
Question in chat, does Windfox have tail? Yes, has not gone to promote yet. I have to imagine he will. You just can't turn down ninjas over thieves.
Attempting to make it through this Kraken fight. We're still going with evasion strats. We're a little afraid of the melee. Brack is not doing what we wanted to do. This is rather disappointing showing of Brack. We're going to flip to melee strats real quick. 773, that is almost a dead Kraken, but Brack says, oh wait, I woke up. Sorry, hit sleep too many times on my alarm.
A little bit. Sunflash did pick up the Oxyale, so Scheidel is canceling that eye grind and is booking it over to C.
So that was 3 AP items picked up, and I did not see a blinky little doodly-doo.
Did we see earlier? Oh no, this is going to be the class change. Has Windfox come in here to check the chest yet?
Yes. I believe Windfox was the first in here to check the chests. I think. Yep. Them's is open.
Well then, there absolutely has to be a hint going out very soon, if they haven't already, as to where that last Triforce piece is, and that's where Windfox needs to go now.
Right.
First things first, a little bit of a class change. Yeah, Temper Katana is pretty nice. Okay, so as you see, here's the giant map of level 9. It looks great. Scheidel did head east first in C, and is going to be rewarded with, what do we say, 2 of the Triforces, I believe, are on the right side?
2 on the right side, 1 on the left side, and there is still 1 in the wind somewhere, I believe, although momentary purple screen will be resolved in a second, and we'll all find out together.
Okay, so Windfox... Oh, I was thinking maybe it was going to be key-locked in Elfin Castle, but he's stopping in Elfin Town here. We'll find out shortly. Surely Chester has hint points enough to hint that last Triforce piece. Oh, one thing we did not mention yet so far, and I suppose we should have probably brought this up. FFR is playing with a custom overworld. Custom made. To look like Z1's overworld.
Okay, we are back in business over on Chest Jerk's side. We are still anticipating the arrival of the 8th Dorito. Is it here?
Does the fairy have it?
I believe so, because we in business now.
So did we pick a bottle earlier, or did that come from the AP item that he just purchased in the shop?
Unclear. I feel like that might have been something we held for a little bit. I have sight of their AP client, and no, it was not the thing that was just picked up.
Okay.
That was in fact a cabin.
Oh, okay, a $65,000 cabin. That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. We do see, and this is the fun part, is, hey, I want this Mazza, let me clear 1 inventory spot. And then you leave the screen and you go to pick it up and you can't hold the Mazza.
Yep.
Please go back and clear more inventory spots. The worst, and this hasn't happened to me, thankfully, is clearing that inventory spot, and then as you're going to open the chest, your partner sends you a weapon, and it just says, here's your Mazza that is now lost to the ether. And because it's a key item, you can't just reset and get it back from AP.
Yep.
Or because it's not a key item. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. We got Windfox with the best weapons you could ever hope for, making the dive through Short Topher, and Chest Jerk is going through a vanilla level 9, and if you don't have to go out of your way to get the red ring or the silver arrows, it is a direct route straight to Ganon.
Yep. And that is one thing we determined in testing, is that it is way worse than it sounds to have progression items be in level 9. So much like there are no progression items in the Temple of Fiends, there's no progression in level 9 either.
Yeah. When you stop and think about it, it just has the potential to muck things up way too much.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, and I guess for chat as well. If you're in Short Topher, you know you got 2 paths flag turned on, so you're going to run into 2 fiends regardless which way. Your first fiend you see is Tiamat. Are you fighting it or are you resetting?
Interested to know what chat's answer is. Mine is reset, try the other side.
Hope you get lucky with that Lich carry side.
If nothing else, I'm guaranteed to have at least one of Lich or Carry.
And here comes the pig. So just a couple swings in the dark here. We're going to get a stun lock. I watched a video earlier that says you want to be on the left side of the room. A bit easier to get yourself into that stun lock. There he goes. Okay, so chat. 1 hour and 18, we'll call it 1 hour and 19 minutes. Get your G's out.
Question chat, is there a delay between the 2 games? No. They both started at the same time, and there's no delay in the transfer of items between them. Although we are running with a 10-minute delay right now. So everything we're seeing has happened 10 minutes in the past. We're just seeing it now.
Correct. It looks like the left side was Tiamat into Carry, which means the other side was Lich and Kraken, and I don't know that you could argue one's better than the other.
Oof. I feel like the Carry Tia side is better because there's less tiles to walk on.
Huh?
This is short Topher. I, for some reason, was thinking about mid Topher.
I was like, wait, what? It's the same amount of tiles.
I am doing my best to follow 4 games at once. Brain get fried sometimes.
Speaking of eye, we are back to doing an eye grind for Jay Scheidel. This is one of those rare occasions where I think the FFR player is like, you know, I'm ready to go. How are you looking? Well, I need to still clear level 6. Well, then I'm going to go get some levels, because why not?
Yep. So there is a chaos fight. We're going to go with some Invis 2 strats. We're going for evasion. 2 stacks applied to the party. We only need 3 or 4 to be good. That was a fast sword applied to, I believe, a katana wielder with a ruse stack. They are good to go. Looks like we're going to finish off evasion casting. Temper goes off, Invis goes off, helps the rest of the party. Incoming melee misses. Another ruse for good measure. Temper goes off. Are we ready for test swings? Looks like we are. That is... we're thinking... No, we're going to go for heal. We're a little unsure about health totals. These are thieves. They need a little bit of a careful eye. Test swing. 362. Not great, not terrible.
Not the worst. One single nuke could wipe this entire party right now.
Fast going off. We've lost the primary damage dealer, which is unfortunate. We have switched to a backup.
Yeah, Stab got punched. Pretty hard.
Unfortunate, given just the sheer number of evasion casts that went on over there. Gonna do a little bit more evasion just for safety's sake. Only one character had the ruse stick, so this is probably just being extra cautious to make sure we only need one dive to make it through this fight. Double heal 2s because we just ate an AoE, and let's try another test swing in a minute after all this healing. And the sword says 513, and there's a cure 4, reset to 0. Let's try this again. Let's try some tempers. Let's see if we can find a gas pedal here.
I mean, it sucks to see it, but it's not the worst considering you have already spent time buffing up the melees. You just got to redo some of that.
Almost 1,000 out of the first shot. If we can maintain that pace, I think we will be fine. 1485.
Oh.
Okay, let's just go faster then.
This is why we katana.
Yes. Try it one more time. A little bit of healing for safety. Make sure that we don't get any nuke surprises.
It would be a fun surprise.
672, Chaos still there. We only got 2 hits out of that. A little bit of evasion problems, I think, going on here. Gonna try that one more time. 807, yeah. Down goes Chaos. That is Katanas and Hearts, first across the line, with official race bot time of 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 4 seconds. GG.
GG indeed. Coming in about the average times that we've been seeing these 5 sets, in between about 115 to 130. Very well played.
And I see them in the waiting room. Let's go ahead and drag them in. And we are joined by the winners, Chest Jerk and Windfox. GG's to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, how was that?
That was fun. That's pretty in keeping with the practice seeds that we had done over the last week or two. That's about what we expected, I think.
Yeah.
A bit unfortunate that I was 1 hint short of getting that actual last Triforce hint, but
I was wondering.
Not bad. I was furiously getting checks. Like I can get like 2 more hints, but I was 1 hint short. And we talked about it. Like, do I use the last hint for a Triforce, or do I wait until you clear C and maybe? And if I had done that, maybe it would have been faster. But I think in the end, it really wouldn't have come down to that much. But still, yeah, it was good.
So I gotta ask, how did you feel about the red candle start?
That's fine. I mean, I've done plenty of swordless in my time, so it really wasn't that much of a detriment. I mean, you got to remember what dies to fire and what doesn't, because there are some things that don't die to fire. So, luckily, a lot of the starting dungeons, most of the enemies will die to fire, so it's okay. But not having we had a couple seeds with like an early red ring or an early magical sword. Not having either of those really fast, fast. You got to be a little bit more careful.
I believe it was your side that you had. Did you take a dip into level 6 with the wooden sword still?
I did, and it didn't go very well. I got far enough to get to I think was the raft on the floor in 6, I think, and that going to 4 got me the red ring, so that it did have some benefit. When I got the hint for where the reporter was, I wasn't getting that far with 7 Hearts Wood Sword, no tunic. So that just wasn't going to happen. So I felt good about that. So, but that was getting some progression was nice, and remembering at the last second that hey, I have the power bracelet, I can actually teleport, take the any roads to level 6 instead of walking all the way there. I was I'm glad I remembered that, because sometimes you just forget what you have when the items are flying around all over the place. So. It's all good.
And Windfox, my question for you, is the All Thief Party one that you prefer? Is it what shows up a lot in your practice? How did you feel about seeing Thieves roll this time?
So of probably the 6 or 7 practices we've done, I've had a Thief Seed once.
Oh.
And it is, in my opinion, the best class in these flags.
Why do you say that?
So 1, lockpicking. If you don't find the key, you get to 13 early. Opens up all your key lock checks. You have access to Katana, Mosslet, and Vorpal. the odds of you finding Katana is pretty high. Moss is vanilla. And it has that really high evade chance, so you're not going to get ambushed, and your run chance is very high.
And it looks the most like Link. I agree. Those are all very, very good reasons.
Yeah.
I think most people would say Fighter, but I agree. I think Thieves are probably the most well-rounded of any of them.
I want to say that the one Thief seed we did was the fastest of all the seeds we did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we did it in 106 or 107.
It was a low 10 something, yeah. That was our fastest seed for sure.
And that is the answer to a question we got earlier. Where was the bottle? That was from the level 7 Triforce. Just seen picked up by the loot goblins.
Yeah, that's a pretty... because I wasn't going to go to 7 at all. And luckily I did at the end when I was thinking about what I can do. And it was the most checks in an area that I had left. Little did I know that the item at the end was required. So, yeah, go figure. We're looking at ourselves like, we're in go mode, aren't we? Kind of, you know? So...
Yeah, because like I finished C, got my last orb, and he was like, "What dents do you have left?" I'm like, bad quest chains to turn in. That's pretty much it. I was like, guess I'm gonna check shop on him and just knock him off one after another. It has to be one of these.
I agree with Opno in chat. It is pretty hilarious seeing the fairy have something that important.
Yeah.
You just get so used to seeing like, oh, here's a heal potion. Here's 900 gold.
Yep.
Oh, here's the key to the rest of your game.
I also appreciated that level 8's items were still in level 8, but they were just on the floor instead of in their item staircases. I thought that was a nice touch. Just, you guys got the vanilla, emote, or French vanilla emote is a thing for a reason, just for exactly that purpose.
I think for me, Fizzle, I think you might agree here as well. The real star of the seed was just the base key at the magical swords file.
Yes. Yeah.
The white sword key was also a key, as I recall, too. So it's just get some hearts and get some keys. Yeah, that's fine.
Master using this, and you can open one door.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
but no more, just one.
Just the real. I am in desperate need of checks is when you're holding the magical key, and you go to the sword grave and you get the master key.
I almost got Y-forced by the master key. It just appeared under my feet in somewhere. I don't remember where, but I was like, oh, I have literally all the keys now. Thanks, game. How generous of you.
No, see, what I loved was having Thief, and like, yes, I can lockpick, and then my first trackable item was
you got the key. The first 2 minutes.
Very first trackable item was the key. I'm like,
yep,
cool.
Of course. We were discussing that, like, okay, how early are we going to get this key? And it literally didn't start. So, yeah.
And I was like, first item I'm going to get the key. And it was.
Fantastic.
We do have Chaos Fight for Jay Scheidel. It didn't seem like you had any real issues with Chaos when you went through Windfox, other than the Cure 4, but by that point you were already kind of buffed up. Was there any concern of a nuke rolling and taking out your sub 400 thieves?
I mean, if it happens, it happens. It just means my opponent has to deal with it too.
Cool.
I mean, that's my thought, is if I have to deal with it, he probably has to deal with it too.
See, I partially agree with that, because in my races, it tends to be the one that I only see things, and my partner, or the person I race against, is like, "Oh, really? You had that? I never saw it."
Yeah, no, nothing but inks over here. This is weird.
He just swung a lot.
I mean, Fizzle knows me that I've adapted his mentality of fast and hard, and just what's a defensive spell.
Yep, boss can't hit you if it's dead.
Right,
that's true.
The best defense is a good offense.
For a split second, I thought we were going to try to zap Chaos, which would have been amazing, but it was just a misstep there. Cure 4 does go out. We've got that top ninja just decked out with tempers and fast. It looks like we're starting to buff up Jace here as well, and we're just going to swing away. In your practices, have you guys ever had the situation that we're seeing now on the left-hand side of the screen, where the Final Fantasy player is the first to finish?
No, not once.
One was kind of close, but no, I finished every seed first, and sometimes just by a fortuitous item sequence. I did spend one seed by 20 minutes. I'm just sitting outside 9, like, that Triforce is out there somewhere, and we're out of hints, and nothing I can do. Just kind of chilling.
He's literally full cleared every check in his game. I'm just like, it's somewhere in one of my checks. Like,
yeah. we kind of it fell to one of those, randomized between like 3 locations, and we got a hint. It's like, that doesn't help that much. We got to figure out where it's randomized to. So, yeah, that was fun.
It's like Dwarf Cave Armory. I'm like, well, that's one of 4 entrances.
Yeah. Thanks, game.
So G's out in chat for Jay Scheidel. Chaos is down just shy of the 132-minute mark for him, and we are closing in on our Vanilla Ganon for Sunflash.
Just putting it out there that Sunflash does not nearly have enough heart. Just saying. Yeah.
Sunflash,
where's the 16
unfortunately.
hearts? Yeah, where's the 16 hearts?
If you go back and watch the VOD after this, Sunflash, a little bit of adversity at the start of the season, kept trying to get to the Armos item, and I think on 2 occasions in a row, made his way all the way around through the Lost Woods, through the graveyard, and died on the screen just south of 6 twice.
That is one thing.
Lionels,
your team did have a commanding heart lead.
Yeah, the Lionels on those screens around level 6, they're really bad, especially if you only have 3 or 4 hearts.
Oh, he's got that potion cocked and ready to go.
I think I lucked out because I had a potion when I was going towards the Armo screen, so I had a backup just in case. So that was nice. It's nice that there's plenty of potions in the game, so feel free to chug when necessary. It's always fun when you also have a potion, you get the letter, and you have to chug 2 potions to get the letter. That's always fun. Oh, I did appreciate that the rare shop had 255 5 rupees. That was... I had not seen that in any of our practice. I had seen 1 in a shop, but not 2 in the same shop. So that was... I was also thinking about getting checks. I was thinking about getting checks like, okay, I need max money to get 2 more checks, and I got the up a retry to get it done twice. So luckily, it didn't come to that.
And at the 1 hour 33, we're going to call it 51. Get your G's out for Sunflash Room. That is a completion for the Hyrule Loot Goblin.
GG's to them. And I see them in the waiting room. Let me get them in here. Welcome, Hyrule Loot Goblins. GG.
GG.
Hello.
GG.
Ugh.
So, how was that?
Fun.
Jay, you're the polite one. You talk for a moment.
Apart from that stupid bottle, fun. I felt so good. It was like, yes, we were moving, and then yes, and then oh yeah, you need the fairy. When do you ever need a fetch quest item in this? Like, come on. But we were even talking. It's like, okay, what can I get you that'll help open up things? I'm like, well, bottle opens up 1, like herb opens up 1, crown maybe 2, like nothing.
And then I finally managed, we got very lucky is what happened, is because I was like, all right, well, it looks like everything, we hinted at the end there, we hinted, was trying to hint all the last Triforce fragments to make sure, basically, that he hadn't missed anything. Because we had that in an earlier practice where we missed a room and that needed something he had, etc. So I hint 2 out of my missing 3 are in Sea Shrine. And
okay, I'm going to hint that. That's fine.
Yeah, I go, all right, they're probably all in there. I've got nothing to do until I get those Triforce fragments. And technically, I didn't hint that last 8th Triforce. I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just go make sure. I'm going to go do whatever I can to get hit points or hint points. And did that. And the amount of just cold chills down my back the moment I hinted that piece of crap and saw, oh,
it's a fairy, and I'm like, I've sent you a dozen fairies. What are you? Oh, that fairy.
That fairy, yes.
And then he hints for the fairy, and it pops up, or for the bottle, hints for the bottle, and that thing shows up in level bloody 7. I got, oh, okay, sure. Wait a minute. I don't have access to 7, do I? Check the tracker, and the tracker says, no, you don't. I go, oh, that's recorder logs. And I don't know if you guys noticed on comms, I don't do well with out a red ring, apparently.
Yeah.
Wizrobes can do that to you, for sure.
Yeah, the Wizrobes, I think, wiped me, twice? 2 or 3 times? I lost count. I've wiped a lot tonight, so I've just given up trying. But it was one of those, I was there earlier in the night and had gone there for the recorder that I was like, I'll do the recorder so I can go to get my red ring out of 4 instead of trying to find the raft. The recorder will be more useful. I got the raft early on in 4 and died a couple of times to the recorder guarded by Wizrobes and said, you know what? I don't need that. I'm going to go somewhere else. And it's such a long walk.
It is.
Speaking of long walks, can we talk about the start of the game as you're trying to find your way to the Armos to get your starting weapon?
We could.
Do we have to? The starting weapon was a magical sword in Marsh Cave, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's...
Or Earth Cave, sorry.
That was my starting weapon. It was... So I have a problem with Z1 in that I have played far too much Link to the Past than I have Zelda 1. And it probably is quite visible, but I am way too used to having diagonal movement. So I just don't do cardinal directions only very well. So I remember getting to the last room of Lionel's twice, 3 times. And getting I just can't dodge things enough along the way. And I end up there with 1 heart, half a heart, and it's just gets not sniped across the map. Call it a night.
Lionels are very good snipers, can confirm.
Oh man.
All right. So...
I have a habit of throwing my face against a wall when I shin it. So after that second long walk in death, I went, you know what? I will go do literally anything else. And we got lucky with the sword. So anyhow, yeah. That's all I'm going to say on it.
That's fair.
All right, so that concludes a very exciting first round Swiss matchup. Let's move this along to final thoughts. We'll start with our winners on stream, Katanas and Hearts. Final thoughts.
Not much. I mean, it's given what the practice seeds, this was pretty average with those seeds. Didn't have a fun Triforce hunt at the end, but a lot of them had that. So beyond that, not a bad seed.
Our name doesn't have apostrophes in it.
Thank you. Whose hearts belong to the Katanas? I don't know. I need some clarification there.
And second place on stream, first in our hearts, Hyrule loot goblins. Final thoughts.
Hey, Sonny, I found out our problem. Apparently, they practiced.
Oh yeah. See what. My final thought is if this seed has proven anything to me, A, I still hate red candle starts. Screw you, Jay, for putting that curse on us tonight. B, I really need to refigure out screen wrapping and just not bother with the forest anymore. I'm just done.
All fun.
Yeah, it was good. This has been fun.
And it's only the first week.
It's only the first week.
Yes.
Partner comms in the booth, Falconic. Final thoughts.
I'm just glad that we commentator cursed the red candle start. That was fun.
Yeah, we did influence that a little bit.
We appreciate you for that.
And I love me some I love me some all thief party, but I think we've seen thieves just make things a little bit too easy. So I'm hoping for next time we can see some pink mages. But this was fun, and it's a great start to week 1.
Falconic's not allowed in booth next time. Thieves only.
Harsh but fair.
Shout outs to our poor besieged hero of the run, Sensikeru, who put up with a mostly functioning tracker and was invaluable in helping keep the buttons lit on the screen as best we could. Sorry and apologies, I'll do better next time. Stay tuned. Round 2 of Swiss is going to begin starting Thursday. We still have a couple matches left to go in round 1 before we get the round 2 pairings rolled. For everybody at both the Final Fantasy Randomizer and the Zelda 1 Randomizer communities, my name is Lord Fizzlebeef, and we will see you all next time. Have a good night, everyone.